Let me thank the organizers for this opportunity. And indeed, TMA has chosen the right theme for the year's convention, which is especially dear to all people, including me, who have chosen Trivandrum to their place of life and activity. All of us want the city to be the best with a sustainable green development plan. In this regard, I may recollect with pride that our center, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, in fact shares a history of growth along with this great, historic, beautiful, iconic capital of the state of Kerala. We were the best employers for many decades in the city, and our people contributed to the development of many sleepy hamlets like Srikaryam, Vattiyoorkavu, Kazhakkottam, etc. You will find many housing colonies with names synonymous with space or the great personalities in space. But all those developments were triggered by local demands and not as a part of planned and designed visions. We need to embrace modern technology and utilize it for scripting a vision for a better Trivandrum. I am sure this convention is going to achieve exactly that, a vision of Trivandrum in 2025. In my presentation today, I will give you a glimpse of how space technology can help in achieving Trivandrum what they are intending to achieve. The vision of Trivandrum should draw inspiration from the words of our visionaries in space, Dr. Sarabhai and Professor Dhawan, are shown here, who said we should be second to none in the application of space technologies and we must utilize the national expertise and capabilities. We are in fact gathered here for that, I am sure. Way back in 1962, when Dr. Baba and Dr. Sarabhai zeroed in on Tumba because of its proximity to magnetic equator to establish the rocket launching station, there was support from all quarters. From the government of Kerala, who instructed the then collector Sri Madhavan Nair to speed up the land acquisition, to the common man who decided to hand over their church as the first laboratory for space activities. We note that for any vision to fructify, you need to harness the support of all stakeholders. You need to convince them on the benefits that get from that. As you can see, in the last 6 decades, the space industry has grown in this state, spread across. You can see here the spread of VSSC in the state, where directly more than 4,600 people are employed and many, in fact, and 3 or 4 times more than indirectly. In our product range, as you can see, we make sounding rockets. We have launch vehicles like PSLV to Mark III, which can put 4 ton to 36,000 kilometers, and the same vehicle we are human rating for the Gaganyaan program. Similarly, many complex technologies like a reusable launch vehicle which can come and land on a runway, air breathing propulsion where you can use the oxygen from air to propel to space, and the manned mission activities are going on. If you look back, you may note our contributions in economy, industrial development, societal benefits and governments. Just for an example, if you take PSLV, 80% of the PSLV budget eventually finds its way to Indian industries, creating jobs there. Right now in Kerala, 17 industries are directly having partnership with us, but many more are having indirect partnership. We have societal outreach through village resource centers, natural resource management, etc., and we can engage in ICT-enabled solutions for planning and development of city. We are always people-centric with our programs, and I am probably, due to paucity of time, I may dwell on certain specific options which are emerging, how to utilize space-based systems for the common man in Kerala or in fact in Trivandrum. The first thing that is visible is urban planning. We know that we can use satellite-based system. What you see is the map of Bhuvan, that is ISRO's portal, like Google Earth. We have our own portal where multi-layer data is available. Satellite-based images can help us in doing city proper planning and then decide on the alignments, changing the direction or what ground-based systems can be planned in advance. We can do periodic assessment and many more things. And in fact, traffic is a menace in the city. We know that. We have the possibility of traffic management by dynamically programming, utilizing the space-based satellites and ground-based infrastructure. We regularly see traffic blocks building up at signals. The traffic control signals are not synchronized for optimum flow. We can one side if it is stopped, the next side we get a green signal. We need to use artificial intelligence enabled data for dynamically switching traffic based on multiple factors like time of the day, whether it is a holiday or not, because the time depends upon whether it is a holiday or the time of the day. The overall model can be arrived at based on satellite track data. This model can be dynamically tuned with measurements on local flow and make the city with a very smooth traffic flow. And we know that agriculture, forestry, Earth observation satellite images are available where the capability can be utilized for agriculture and forestry management. One interesting option that is emerging is the detection of narcotic plantations in inaccessible high-range areas, because the signals given by the plants can be sensed by the satellite sensors and identify what type of plantation is growing there. We can also track groundwater resources, and we know that we have a very long coastal area, and the state is having problems with the flood zone mapping. That also the flood zone mapping can be done with the rivers of Kerala, and it can be used for even predicting and controlling the flood situation. We have a very long coastal area, and you know that with the satellite data we can sense the temperature of sea and find out where chlorophylls or the things like that which the fish will be attracted to, and find out where potential fishing zones, and tell the fishermen to go and catch the fish instead of searching the sea, and then it can save a lot of time and fuel. It is established that there will be 2 to 4 times increase in catch per visit and reduction in search time. Kerala, with the 220 fishing villages and more than 1,16,000 fishermen, families will definitely benefit from such technology. And we have our own GPS, which is Navig. We need to improve the utilization of Navig in our city, which can be used for very precise location of places. We need to resolve to switch over to Navig from the GPS to make or to have the message of Atma Nirbharata more closer to us. Proper utilization of satellite resources can help a lot in all e-governance activities, and then getting rid of this red tapeism and the paper-based activities, including management of geospatial data, capacity building, decentralized planning, asset inventory, and the list is endless. We have a very vibrant outreach program and capacity building, and we spread awareness of the importance of education and skill development in science and technology across the public, including the school students. Human resources are very important when we discuss on inclusive development programs. We do outreach through all means available. We organize lectures at schools, colleges. We engage students through programs like Yuvika, Yuva, Vikram Karikram, where you get people from all over India, and then they train them for taking profession in science and technology. VSSC ISRO has a very strong link with academia. We have incubation centers, space technology centers, sponsored research, and many more avenues in academia to start startups and to engage students and teachers in taking up profession or in pursuing space activities. As you are aware, we have our own IIST, the Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, which is bringing out top-class science and technology professionals every year to the society. Many of our technologies, as you can see here, have later led to products of societal use. One example is during the COVID time when the entire nation was on lockdown, we have many products like ventilators, many designs which have been taken up by industries, and the notable being the medical oxygen concentrator, utilizing the technologies in space, and it is being used by medical professionals now. Let me conclude now, due to paucity of time. It is wonderful to have a dedicated convention to debate on how Trivandrum ought to be by 2025. The debate is needed. I hope TMA will be able to bring out an advisory document for public debate, which can be later finished and submitted for the consideration of the planners. We, the space scientists, are always for the betterment of the city. Together, we all stand to gain a lot by this convention. Let me thank the organizers for this opportunity.